Daniel had always believed his golden retriever, Max, was just like any other playful dog, loyal, loving, and sometimes a bit too energetic. But everything changed one chilly autumn afternoon when Max started digging relentlessly in the backyard. At first, Daniel thought nothing of it, probably chasing after a squirrel, he muttered, sipping his coffee. But when Max refused to stop, his paws kicking up dirt with increasing urgency, Daniel's curiosity got the best of him. "Max, what are you doing, buddy?" he called out, walking over. Max whined, his tail wagging excitedly as he continued digging. Daniel knelt beside him, brushing away the loose soil. His fingers hit something hard. A box. A rusted, old metal box buried deep beneath the tree. His heart pounded. What was this? With trembling hands he pulled the box out and pried it open. Inside was a bundle of old, yellowed letters tied with a faded red ribbon. The scent of aged paper and something metallic filled the air. At the bottom of the box lay a locket and a stack of cash, wrapped tightly in a cloth. Daniel's breath hitched as he flipped open the locket. Inside was a black and white photograph of a woman, his grandmother. A chill ran down his spine. His grandmother had lived in this house before him, but she had never spoken about anything being buried in the backyard. He unfolded one of the letters, the ink slightly smudged from time and moisture. "If anyone finds this, know that I had to hide it for our family's safety. The money belongs to our bloodline. I only pray that when it is found, it is by someone who understands its importance." Daniel's mind raced. His grandmother had always been a quiet woman, but this was a mystery he never expected. He looked down at Max, who was now panting happily, as if he knew he had just uncovered something life-changing. "Good boy, Max," Daniel whispered, scratching his ears. "Looks like you just dug up a family secret." As he sat there, holding the letters, he realized this wasn't just about the money. It was about his family's past, secrets buried beneath the very ground he had walked on for years. And thanks to Max, he was about to uncover the truth. But the biggest question remained: why had his grandmother hidden this? And who or what was she afraid of? Daniel sat on the damp ground, staring at the old letters, the locket, and the cash. His mind raced with questions. Why had his grandmother buried this? What danger had she been afraid of? That night, unable to shake the feeling that there was more to the story, he called his mother, Eleanor. "Mom, did Grandma ever mention anything about hiding something in the backyard?" he asked, his voice laced with curiosity. There was a long silence on the other end of the line. "Daniel, where did you hear that?" Eleanor's voice was cautious, almost fearful. "I didn't hear it. Max dug up a metal box today. It had letters, a locket, and a lot of cash." Eleanor gasped. "Oh my God, she really did hide it." Daniel sat up straight. "So you knew?" "Not exactly. Grandma always told me that if anything happened to her, I should dig under the oak tree. But when she passed, I was too afraid. I thought it was just an old woman's ramblings." Daniel's grip tightened around the phone. The letter mentioned danger. What was she scared of? Eleanor sighed. "Your great-grandfather, Richard, was a banker during the Great Depression. He had clients who trusted him with their fortunes. When banks collapsed, he managed to save some of their money. But not all of his clients were honest men. Some were dangerous. He hid the money, promising to return it to the rightful owners when the time was right. But before he could, he disappeared. No one ever found out what happened to him." Daniel's heart pounded. "And you think this is that money?" "It must be. Grandma must have buried it, keeping it safe all these years. She always feared that someone was still watching." A shiver ran down Daniel's spine. Had someone been looking for this all along? That night, he couldn't sleep. His mind kept returning to the box, the money, and the eerie feeling that his grandmother had taken a secret to her grave. The next morning, he made a decision. He would do the right thing. Over the next few weeks, Daniel searched for records of Richard's clients. He contacted historical banks, archives, and even old newspaper articles. To his amazement, he found a few descendants of those who had lost their money. One by one, he tracked them down, returning what was rightfully theirs. Some were in shock, others wept. One elderly woman, whose grandfather had been among Richard's clients, clasped Daniel's hands. "Your family's honesty never died." "Thank you." With each return, Daniel felt a weight lift from his shoulders. It was as if his grandmother had been waiting for this moment all along. As for the locket, he kept it as a reminder of the past, the sacrifices, the secrets, and the legacy his family had unknowingly carried. And Max, he became a local hero. his face plastered all over the news as the treasure-finding dog. But to Daniel, he was more than that. He was the loyal companion who had uncovered not just hidden treasure, but a lost piece of history. One evening, as Daniel sat on the porch, watching Max chase fireflies in the yard, he whispered, "Good boy, Max. You didn't just dig up a box. You dug up the truth." And for the first time, the backyard, once a place of buried secrets, felt like home again.